FM in the Pain and Nokomis area. Your guests this morning, Kim Brune and Renee Ikemire. Kim is the founder and director of the Community Clothes Closet, and Renee Ikemire is the founder and director of Conscious Action. And Renee, you're located in Taylorville, is that right?
Yes, that's
okay.
correct.
And so Kim, let's start with you. Now you are the creator and the founder and director of the Clothes Closet. First off, what is the Clothes Closet?
The Clothes Closet is for want of a better word, it's free clothing to anyone in need. We have all kinds of clothes. It's located at the church, and it just kind of started as a dream and became a reality. And there's a need for people to have clothing, and that way they can spend their money on other things. And so it's basically just a place to shop that's free.
And where is it located?
The Davis Memorial Christian Church has a room, and it expanded into Taylorville Township. That one is more for the junior and senior high school students to shop.
Okay. Renee, let's shift to you. Tell everyone a little about yourself.
I do have business experience, and I do have professional and nonprofit experience, but I don't come to you today with that. I come to you today that as someone who's been there, knows firsthand why it's not silly to have 4 backpacks of belongings to try to carry around, someone that knows the value of a shower and a stove. I was homeless for 5 years in Colorado, and so I know what it's like, and so I know what a different normal looks like, though. And so after the 5 years, I with the unsolicited help of the court system and my distaste for soggy ramen, I stopped doing dumb things and spent the next year setting up an alternative shelter with a nonprofit in Colorado. And so I helped 27 households find stability, and now I've returned here to do the same thing here and open a shelter in Taylorville.
And what makes what you're proposing? I believe that you just mentioned that you want to open a shelter here in Taylorville. What makes that unique?
Well, it's not a typical shelter where you come each night and leave in the morning. It's more of a philosophy with a building attached. People can't begin to focus on moving forward and gain employment while they're in survival mode. Only when their basic needs have been met can you start planning for the future. Typical shelters provide people with a borrowed space, and this does nothing to foster motivation. I plan to give people their own space.
And I think it begs to, it begs asking, you are 2 different organizations, obviously mother and daughter, but how are these 2 related?
The Clothes Closet is located in the small rooms right at the moment. And once Renee gets her homeless shelter started, I want to move the Clothes Closet into her area. And that way the people that are homeless can also have clothing at their disposal easily as well.
Any thoughts to add to that, Renee? What does that mean to you to be able to have that support?
It's been great being here, and I couldn't have started this without her helping me. So, the same people that typically go to get the clothing will be residents at the shelter. Not only those people, but it's kind of, we're going to offer other things too, I'm hoping, as it progresses. So,
and Kim, going to the Clothes Closet, you mentioned it's free. Are there any financial guidelines, requirements?
No, I do not check anyone's finances. I would hope that people that are really in need are the ones that come to shop, and for the most part, I think that's been the case. I've had different agencies like CEFS has called me and set up a time for me to help someone that they know is already, in financial need. And so that helps too. But for the most part, I think that's how it's been. People they can come once a month if they need to. And I don't know, I've not really had a problem with the finances. And I don't think we need to know how much they make. If they think they need clothes, they need clothes. And they do.
Over back to you, Renee. Now, your program, you're looking for to make a homeless shelter, and not just a homeless shelter, but a homeless a place where people can find a little bit of stability in their unstable situation in life. What are your hopes for the future of your program?
My long-term goal is to provide affordable rentals. And by affordable, I don't mean it's $800 a month rent. Affordable, like actually affordable based on what they're able to put into their rental. I feel like everybody deserves a home and everybody deserves a space of their own, every human. And I hope that eventually we'll be able to offer that to them.
And how do you see this happening here in the hopefully near future? Are we talking like maybe other help from the community?
Yes, definitely. I'm actually applying for government grants. There's a lot of grant funding available right now, especially with COVID. I'm looking for private foundation grants and help from the community with donations and stuff. I'm actually having a fundraiser on November 21st, a bags tournament at Middy's. Flyers will be posted soon. So if anybody wanted to join in that, that'd be awesome. So.
Why a bags tournament for you?
I feel like that's a big thing around here. I've never played it, but I'm going to try to learn. I guess it's a big thing. And so I figure, if people like that, we'll do that. It's not a golf tournament. I don't see many people playing golf around here. So
yeah. And going back to you, Kim, with your clothes closet, it is free. There's no financial guidelines. So how do people shop, and are there any other limitations?
Not really limitations. There are. I ask people to only get 5 tops and 5 bottoms. That way there's more for, everyone else can come shop. If we have somebody that grabs 20 items, it's going to kind of limit things a little bit, although I do have plenty of clothes right now. And they can shop by on Fridays from 1 to 5 at our church, the west entrance to the Church of Fellowship Hall, or they can call. I've got flyers posted, and the phone number to call is 217-823-4092. And that is the closed closet line. And they can make an appointment if they cannot come on a Friday.
Now, you are both from Taylorville?
Yes.
Okay. And Kim, I can start with you. What does it mean to you to be able to help the community in this way?
I could use some more volunteers, and they could call that number as well. I have some help, but I don't have a lot, and people work, and any time would be great that you could give, even if it would be a half hour. We have to sort clothes. Right now we're switching things out from summer to winter, and it's a lot of work to go through it all. And then we've been getting clothing donations. I prefer winter. If you have any donations of clothes for winter, you can also call that number. Or if you need to, you can call Davis Memorial Christian Church. We always have a secretary available that can also direct you. And the community has really stepped up. I'm getting more and more calls from different areas. I guess word of mouth is finally getting out there, and it's been great. Just need more support as far as donations and volunteers to help me would be great.
Renee, obviously this is a bit personal for you.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean to you that you're able to bring this back to your home area?
I was a jerk to a lot of people for 5 years. Not just my family, but everybody that I encountered during that time is you're different whenever you're homeless. And so I'm not a jerk now, and I feel good being able to give back, and it's karma. I need to fix my karma. So.
All right, talking here with Kim Brune and Renee Ikemire from Davis Memorial Christian Church. Kim is the founder of the Community Clothes Closet, and Renee is the founder of, I beg your pardon, what is the foundation again?
Conscious Action is the nonprofit. Conscious
Action here in Taylorville. More from both of them here on the WTIM Morning Show after this short break.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network on this Wednesday. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn, beans, and wheat all trading lower at this hour. December corn 567 3/4, down 5 1/4. March corn down 5 1/4. December 22 corn down 1 3/4, 549 1/4. November beans down 6 1/2, 1237 1/2. January beans down 4 1/4. November 22 beans 1245 1/4, down 2 3/4. December wheat down 10 3/4, 780 3/4. March wheat down 10 1/2. July wheat down 9, 783 3/4. December bean meal 339.90 up 270. December bean oil down 38 cents, 61.61. December live cattle 131.92 up 197. November feeders up 115, 158.72. December lean hogs 74.92 up 67 cents. A look at the markets on this Wednesday. I'm Jim Taylor for the RFD Radio.
This is a station editorial. I'm Randall J. Miller, station president. An October 15th online article from Time magazine is headlined, "Why Everyone is So Rude Right Now." Quoting some portions of the article, it says that September was a bad month for manners. On the 21st, a woman pulled a gun on servers at a Philadelphia fast food restaurant when they asked her to order online. On the 16th, several women from Texas pummeled a hostess at a New York City family-style restaurant. A California woman was charged with felony assault for attacking a Southwest Airlines flight attendant and dislodging some of her teeth. The Time article continues that it's the "people have lost their ever-loving minds" incidents that make the news, but they're also a reflection of a deeper trend. Americans appear to have forgotten their niceties, especially with those whose job it is to assist them. Lawyers are reporting ruder clients. Restaurants are reporting ruder clients. Flight attendants, for whom rude clients are no novelty, are reporting mayhem. The Time article continues that some people may have thought that, having been prevented from mingling with other humans for a period, folks would greet the return of social activity with hugs, revelry, and fellowship. But in many ways, says psychologist, the long separation has made social interactions more fraught. The October 15th Time article says this is an atmosphere which can ruffle even normally very calm people, or in which very slight infractions can set off those with less of a handle on their emotions, and that people feel almost entitled to be rude to people who are not in a position of power. The Time article goes on to say if the rash of bad behavior is not just short-term impatience with the unique situation and actually a symbol of suggesting much deeper, then unwinding it will be more difficult. Psychologists suggest that people slow down, breathe out more slowly, and lower their voices when encountering difficult social situations or irate people, so as not to make any situation worse. All of anger management, says the Time article, involves pausing. That's our opinion. We welcome yours. Our email address is editorial@randyradio.com.
You're listening to the WTIM Morning Show, heard live on the Big 870 across Central Illinois and streamed online on the TaylorvilleDailyNews.com Facebook. Our guests this morning, Ikemire Brune and Renee Ikemire. Kim is the founder of the Community Clothes Closet, and Renee is the founder of the Conscious Action Initiative here on the WTIM Morning Show. Now, Kim, before we went to break, we were talking about the clothes closet, and there's lots of ways that you help people in the community. There's lots more that you didn't talk about, though, in the first segment.
Right. We also provide a resource for people that need to get community service time in for their court system here. They come and volunteer, and it helps give them some community service time, and it helps me tremendously. They've all been wonderful, wonderful help.
And going back to you, Renee, you have taken the initiative to not only open a homeless shelter back in where you were in Colorado, but now you're working on doing the same thing here in Taylorville. If this does come to fruition, and I'm sure it will, who will be eligible to receive these services?
Everybody who needs it. It's inclusive, unconditional, and free from judgment. A lot of the people, though, that there's a service gap right now, and it's people that have a criminal record or have negative credit. Even if they finally are motivated to find stability or get into housing, they're unable to because no landlord will rent to somebody with a criminal background or bad credit, even doesn't matter who you are. And so that's kind of why I wanted to offer affordable rentals, so that I could be the landlord and I could offer those rentals to those people. So
Right. In a way, it's not like you are the landlord that owns everything, but you are there more so as a support system.
the advocate, yes.
Right. An
Yep.
advocate. Right. Now, so I think it begs to be said too, with people with criminal history, sometimes it's hard to gain employment once they obtain housing. How will they stay there?
Because I'm not trying to serve clients. It's more about empowering participants to be agents in their own futures. This program will give people the tools they need to be self-sufficient and maintain their stability.
Going back to you, Kim, you with your clothes closet, you mentioned the need for volunteers. Do you have anyone helping you right now?
I have a best friend from high school, actually, that comes and helps me on a regular basis. And some of the people from her church, I do have a few from my church as well. I've had offers of another Grace Baptist Church mentioned that they have some people that walk every day that would be glad to help me sort clothes and fold them or whatever. So I do have some, yes.
What are your plans for the clothes closet in the future?
I would like to find a place big enough that I would be able to include blankets, laundry supplies, because sometimes that's hard to come by when you're running on a tight budget. Laundry supplies, shower supplies, any personal stuff like that that people could use. But my rooms are too small at the moment, and there's no way I can do that. Even with having the other building at the township as well, the rooms just aren't big enough to do all that. And with winter coming, I would like to be able to do the blankets and get donations from there. I would also like to maybe start getting donations from area businesses as well.
And that's part of, right, sorry to interrupt you, but that's how the community can help too, just donations. Right. And it doesn't have to be monetary. It could be anything that could help the closet.
Right. We do accept shoes too. And believe it or not, there are people out there that don't have shoes, or they're falling apart because all they do is walk all day. That's where the homeless come in too. They don't have anywhere to go, so they're walking around town and they wear out their shoes. They need shoes. They can't buy them, and that's where the clothes closet comes in.
Renee, with your proposed project, what can those who support this do to help?
Donations are always welcome, but right now I could really, really use volunteers. I'm doing everything all on my own, and it's kind of driving my family crazy. So I could definitely use the help. I need a lot of office stuff done and paperwork filed, just researching stuff and trying to find a building. I could use a lot of help.
We have about a minute left, 30 seconds each. Start with you, Kim. What are some of your final thoughts? I understand maybe you want to plug a location or a phone number again.
Sure. Clothes closets at Davis Memorial Christian Church on 1500 West Franklin in Taylorville, and at the Township Building, 1620 West Spresser. It's open on Fridays from 1 to 5, or you can call 217-823-4092 to set up an appointment if you can't come on Friday.
Renee, your final thoughts before you go.
If anyone wants more information or to help or anything, you can call me at 720-739-1524, or you can email me at renee@conscious-lee.org.
Thank you both for coming on the program.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You're listening to the WTIM Morning Show, heard live on the Big 870 across Central Illinois.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W300 EH Payne and Nokomis.
News this hour from townhall.com.